1 minute to 5. So this is episode 7 of Decemberwell Decade. Day 7 already. Lots been happening. Lots of Decemberwell and lots of non-Decemberwell things. Yeah, it's all in progress. So I worked on 2 wee things today. I'm just going to share this live stream, I think. Can I do that? Maybe. Am I live? Hard to tell. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. The storm is blowing out there. Yeah, just posting that live stream and then I can focus. Yeah, so we've got Storm Barra blowing through tonight. I think we're expecting 40 knot winds around 8 o'clock. It's already picked up a wee bit. So how is that for recording? It's okay, we've just got the rain kind of battering the windows a bit, but I don't mind that. It reminds me of 10 years ago I made a wee track called Pain, P-A-N-E, which used and it sounds odd now listening back to it, but it's a funny wee sample using the Zoom recorder and recording massive hailstones on the window in the flat in the south side of Glasgow when I was there. And then I kind of improvised a weird little piano figure along to the hailstones. So this is sort of reminding me of that. It's December, we're expecting a few storms. Anyway, let me just play a little bit of this kind of tenor guitar thing I started today. I thought I started in G major today, but ended up being this kind of capo. That's it. Capo's a little bit off. This is the second thing I worked on, so it's it's quite a melancholy wee thing. The thing from earlier is a bit more upbeat, but since this is open, I thought I'd play that first. And then I just kind of improvised some fiddle lines over that, and usually some of them are keepers and some are not, as you might hear as we go along. But here's the track. It's a wee bit slower than I was playing it. That one's not a keeper. Then there's a wee B part, hopefully. Yeah, so there's a wee soft piano sample as well, but I quite like this wee idea. There's not very much to it, but something about it. So yeah, after I've only done one take of tenor guitar and fiddle, so there's loads of mistakes in it, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just kind of finding ideas at the moment. It doesn't need to be. It's obviously all getting re-recorded in a couple of weeks' time anyway, so we're not looking for perfection, just looking for things that I can work with and develop a wee bit. So after the fiddle and the tenor guitar, added this little piano, and again it's just me kind of messing around and finding little bits that kind of fill in the gaps almost, and I quite like where that was going. And then what I did was, you can see these green things here, these are like MIDI channels, MIDI tracks, and I basically just copied this piano thing a few times. Here's the piano on its own. You get to hear my lack of piano skills. So then I just copied that, and using the Celesta sample, which I've used on a lot of records, and then this is, I've just panned two Celestas basically using that thing, and then used this arpeggiator. So one of them is says 16th, but that's not right. Use the left Celesta. So it's half a beat dotted arpeggiator, and the right one is a half but non-dotted. It's a bit technical and maybe boring, but basically you'll hear that the Celesta sort of moves at different times. So here's the two Celestas, left and right. It just adds that sort of wee twinkly thing. Here's the piano. And here's with everything else. And there's a couple of wee other effecty things too. So that's that. It's kind of it's a bit of a melancholic wee air, but I quite like where it's going. So that was the second idea this afternoon. The first one is even more rough hewn, but you'll hear what I was thinking. And again, it's just using the guitar in G with the wee partial capo. It was something like that. It was a few hours ago, so oops, let's see. Yeah, so again, I've been throwing lots of ideas at this. Lots of them will have to come out again if it gets used at all, but here's a wee take away some of that reverb. Turn up a wee bit so you can hear it. The fiddle's terrible, but it's just noodles. I can't even play it, it's too bad. Original tenor guitar and different part. Another little sort of fiddle thing. And I started messing around with some, well, a wee drum idea and some trumpet. But yeah, like I say, pretty rough hewn. There's a lot of work to be done there if I even continue with that idea. But a big part of the process is kind of sitting with stuff, maybe leaving it for a day or two, coming back to it and actually making a decision on whether it's usable or not. And I kind of, when I'm working on a project like this, I probably will come up with twice as many ideas as I need and not refine all of them, so there'll kind of be 9 or 10 things will get discarded in the end. that's just the way it has to be. Not everything can stay. Not everything's a good idea. That's another thing to remember. Note to self. Yeah, but still having fun. What else has been happening? Well, had to catch up on a bit of the housework today. That seems to get forgotten about when the fun stuff is happening. So I had to catch up a wee bit on that. We've got the wonderful Project Smock are playing at the Cayley Place in Oliverpool tomorrow. So going to go along and see them. I'll still get the live stream at 5 there on at 8 or something. So yeah, it's all happening. Trying to fit in some composing around also going to things. 'Tis the season and all that. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. This has been episode 7 of Decemberwell Decade. I'll mention again, there's a crowdfunder launching on the 12th of December, a big pre-order or a small pre-order of albums and a few other things there that will be coming soon. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for checking out some of the music, and we'll see you day 8 tomorrow. And it's a surprise to me every day. I have no idea what it's going to sound like, so it's part of the fun. Right, cheerio, see you tomorrow.